Hey there, it's Brendan Stoneman at Remax Kelowna, and I'm talking to Home Inspector Murray Klingbeil with Amerispec. So now there were a number of homes built in the 90s in the Kelowna area, lots in the, kind of parts of the lower Mission and North Glenmore. There was definitely a big, lots of real estate expansion in the 90s out there. What are some of the risks involved with buying a 90s home?
1990s. Well, we still have polybutylene distribution plumbing in houses locally until 1998. And after that, we switched to the second generation plastic called PEX, which the insurance companies have no issues with. But one thing that you got to keep in mind, if the house was built in the 90s, it's approaching 30 years old. Yeah. Most of the major components, if they haven't been replaced already, have rounded third and they're heading for home. Yeah. They're coming down the home stretch on their life expectancy. Right. Okay, your furnaces, typical life expectancy, 25 years. Same with your air conditioners with normal use. Of course, hot water tanks are 10 to 12 if they're gas fired. Another thing to watch for is right up until 1998, somebody had a bright idea. Let's use pine for shakes instead of cedar. Right. There's an airborne fungus that eats them from the underside up, and there's very, very few of them left. But oftentimes people don't know the difference. They'll advertise the house as having a cedar roof, yeah, when in fact it's pine. Right. The treated pine lasts longer, but we have problems because the knots fall out of it. Now you have holes over the keyways.
Not ideal.
Not ideal. That's probably the biggest things to watch for. But the good news is the code changed in 1994 so that houses are now 2x6 exterior wall construction. Right. So you now have R20 in the walls instead of R12, which, yeah, you had with your 2x4 house. So there are some pluses in the 90s as well. Definitely. But yeah, the big ticket components would be the biggest thing you'd have to watch for there.
So if they've been changed, they've probably been recently changed, and then they would be good for another 20 to 30 years potentially. But if they haven't been done, there could be some big bills coming down the pipe.
Big bills coming down the pipe, yes, sir. Because now with the recent code changes, your furnace, for instance, no more conventional or mid-efficiency furnaces. You, right, must put in a high-efficiency condensing furnace that can easily be $5,500 to $6,500, right, depending on how fancy you want to get with your filtration and your thermostat control.
Mm-hmm. That's great advice. Thank you.